Hi there, my name's Aaron Short and welcome to my YouTube channel, and today I'm checking out the SONICAKE Sonic Wood pedal. So what is the Sonic Wood? Well, let's check it out. It is a small, compact, affordable, multi-effects pedal, which is a DI because it has an XLR output in it as well, and it has a chorus, a delay, and a reverb effect. I really like pedals like this because they are compact and portable. This one is affordable. They're not always affordable. This one is, but I love the fact this will fit in a guitar case and you can take it around with you. That means it's great for travel, for backup, or just for traveling and getting to your gig with less gear. You could also mount this onto a pedal board and add other pedals to it. So with a format like this, it's very, very versatile. I'll put the dimensions on the screen. They did a great job with that. The pedals are nice and sturdy. The foot switches are nice and sturdy, and they're spaced out well, so you haven't got to worry about hitting the wrong one. The pedal itself is metal. One of these effects on their own from someone like Fishman or Bags, etc., would be a lot more expensive than this whole thing. So that's a really cool thing. So far, it's good. But how does it work for me, and how does it sound to me when I have very specific tastes and requirements? Let's find out. So what I'm doing here is I've got the Bags Anthem in this guitar, and it's plugged straight into the pedal. For this review, I'm not going to use the mic in the Anthem, and I'll tell you why later on. I'm just going to use the undersaddle transducer portion. I've also tested a K&K with this, and it works very well. A passive K&K needs a preamp, in my opinion, and some preamps are better than others. I'm not sure what the input impedance is of this pedal, but it did work well with the K&K that I tried. And it works well with this. But you'll see what I mean as we go along with the preamp section about what it does to the sound. So let me play the guitar straight through with the pedal disengaged and the preamp disengaged to start with. So that is the sound of an undersaddle transducer, undersaddle pickup. I have to say, the Element and this guitar does sound pretty good. So that's not a bad sound at all. But it's very dry, very direct. So let's see what the preamp does. I'll turn it on. There's a slight noise when you engage the effects here, which may or may not be a problem to you. But I like the way they light up, and you can clearly see that it's turned on stage. So this is everything halfway. Can you hear that? It's kind of cut the mids. It's made a softer sound. Here it is off and on. It's almost like it's slightly compressing the sound and definitely cutting the mids, because sometimes an acoustic guitar pickup can be on the honky side. So it's like they've dialed in this to cut that out. This is what I was referring to earlier. If you've spent thousands of dollars on a guitar with a built-in preamp and you just want to hear that but louder, you wouldn't want this. I kind of wish there was a way to disable that and just have this completely flat, but people spend thousands of dollars trying to get a preamp that's completely flat. And the reason you would do that is because you love the preamp you've already got, or you like the sound you've already got. The fact that this pedal is so affordable implies to me that it's aimed towards people that have a passive undersaddle pickup in their guitar. And for that reason, I think they've made a good choice here, because that is going to improve the sound of a lot of the pickups that are used with this pedal. Does that make sense? So I understand why they've done it. It's just for me and some of the guitars I have, I'd like to have a transparent preamp with a mid control and do that myself. But like I said, based upon the pickup in this guitar, it's doing a really good job. And I still have the bass and treble controls. So the gain control, let me just play with that first of all. This is straight up and off. About the same, right? I'll put it all the way up. It's definitely louder. It's not massively louder. Like sometimes when you turn up the volume on the pedal, it gets really loud. I could use a bit more than that, but there's enough there just to boost the signal if your signal is a bit weak. So that's good. And then the bass all the way off. Big difference. All the way up. Well, that's too much for me. So the range of the EQs is nice. Same with the treble. All the way off. very dull, and all the way up. I can hear all that hiss coming in from the treble. Very bright. So you can make some drastic changes to the sound, which I think is a good sign. So I might just cut the bass slightly and boost the treble slightly. Turn the volume up slightly just to match the other volumes. And with it turned off. So it is making a big difference. Whether you like the difference it's making is up to you, the pickup you have and how you dial it in. But I like the ability here just to cut a little bit of bass. I'll leave the treble at noon. I'll turn the volume up a little bit just to get a bit more gain in the interface. This is all going direct to interface today. Can't stress it enough. For the market they're going for, this is going to improve the sound in my opinion. But for some pickups, you might not like what it does. Maybe in a future version, there could be a way to hold the button down and just get a transparent preamp. The other thing is, if you already have a preamp in your guitar, and it was a clean preamp on here, you could then use this as a solo boost, which at the minute I can't really use it as a solo boost, because if I turn the volume up, it's not quite enough volume, and when I turn it on, because it cuts the mids, that gives me a more scooped lead tone, which I don't want personally. So again, being very finicky here, but if you have a pickup you think doesn't sound very good, I think this will make it sound better. If you have a pickup that sounds incredible and costs you a lot of money, you're probably going to be looking elsewhere anyway, so that's what it comes down to. Let's move on to the next effect, which is the chorus. Set everything at noon. Now, I don't usually like chorus. I don't use a chorus at my shows, but let's see what this sounds like. I guess I'll be a good judge. That's nice, actually. It's a good effect. Now, there's a bit much there, so I like to use effects subtly on acoustic guitar. So I'll turn all the knobs down. That's nice. I mean, you could leave that on the whole time. Again, if you don't like the sound of your pickup, you can add a bit more texture to it with that. Maybe. I don't know. I'm just thinking out loud. That's a very good sound. And if you want to turn it up, you can do some lead line stuff like... Then it becomes a special effect, right? No, that's a really good quality effect. Like I said at the start of this video, that chorus on its own with the 3 knobs in a small pedal would probably be the same price as this whole pedal. So I'm not too worried if there is one effect here that I don't like, because you can just stick it on the pedal board and add another effect and then use this as the secondary effect. It's really great. That's the chorus. Also, if you hold down the foot switch, it flashes and then you can then tap tempo. I love tap tempo on effects because I like to tap in the tempo as I'm playing along to the band or the song. I don't want to be turning the knob to get the right speed. And then if I do it slow, it's kind of wavering slower. Okay, and then you have to hold it in again and then turn it off. That's nice. So far I'm impressed with both. Let's see what kind of delay it is. So as you listen to the repeats, they get darker as they repeat. That means this is based on an analog delay. I normally use digital delay, and digital delay keeps those repeats clean, crystal clean. But I know a lot of players that swear by analog delay on acoustic guitar because it has that warmer sound, and people like warm sounds on acoustic, I guess. So that's not a bad choice either. It's pretty loud. I might use that on a solo. You see how it feels? I mean, it's still playing, right? So it's like there's 3 guitarists. So that's always a nice thing for solos. If you turn it right down, then it can be more of like a background thing while you strum. You don't really hear it until you stop, but while you're strumming, it's filling out the sound. If I turn it off, turn it on, Some people use that instead of reverb, or you can use that with reverb to get an even bigger sound. And again, if you hold it down, you get that tap tempo. So if you go 2 really fast taps, you could do like a Johnny Cash type slapback. That's a nice effect. And if you tap it to the tempo of the song, it will just follow you as you solo. That's a nice delay. Wow. So 3 out of 3 so far. I know with the preamp I said it depends on the guitar, but again, I stand by the fact that this is made for passive undersaddle pickups, basically. So I get it. But the 2 effects are really nice. The chorus and the delay are great. Now, reverb is what I use most of the time. Let's put that on 50% and hear that. That's huge. That's like huge and short. I normally have small and long reverbs. That's like an explosion of reverb, right? So let me turn it all the way down and just sneak it up. That's what I would normally use, something like that. Maybe a little bit longer. But yeah, listen. Kind of got some like kind of modulated reflections as well. Not sure if I like that or not. I'm pretty fussy with reverb. And yet when I'm playing, I don't really care about it. I've got it under the microscope right now. But I mean, look, it's doing the job. So again, with it off, playing a chord progression. Very dry, right? With it on. Really, really thickens out the sound, especially on single notes. Versus this. It's good. It's not, personally, not the reverb I would choose. And there's only one control as well. I would like to see separate controls. So a control for the mix and a control for the length, and maybe some other parameters as well. But again, they've had to fit a lot into this one pedal, and that setting would work for me. Let me combine that with a little bit of delay, and that can be nice too, because some people might turn these on and off for the song, and some people might just leave them on for the whole time. So for example, if you leave on a little bit of reverb and a little bit of delay, you get just a thicker sound from your guitar. So right, with them off. So that's what I would probably do. I'd have a little bit of reverb, a little bit of delay, set the tone of the preamp, and just use that for the whole set. And then I would turn the chorus on just for certain songs, just for some variation, if I was using it. And then if I was the lead player, or if I had this plugged into a loop pedal or something like that, I might use the delay in the chorus a bit more, just to make my solos a bit more interesting and to flesh them out, fill them out a bit. So yeah, I mean, that's great. So the build quality is great. The effects are really good quality. My only kind of quibbles, I think I've outlined throughout the video, and they're pretty much based on me being a snob with this stuff. I mean, my whole channel is about acoustic guitars and effects and pickups, right? So, like I said earlier, the reality is I'm not going to plug a $500 pickup into a $70 pedal. I don't think so. Sorry, $79.99 at the time of this video. I don't want to say that because I do use affordable gear sometimes. I'm not a complete snob, and sometimes gear just works for what you're using it for. But the strongest usage of this, in my opinion, is using it with a, say, passive undersaddle pickup that just doesn't sound inspiring right now. You can use this to sweeten it up. Hey, SONICAKE cake, you can make it sound sweeter and more interesting. So I think it's a win for that. So who is this for? I think this is really for someone that maybe just got into electroacoustic guitars. Maybe you've got a nice Martin, you just installed a Fishman Matrix, and you want to start gigging, but you don't know much about effects. Like what is reverb? What does chorus sound like? Before you go out and spend $500 on a chorus pedal, you could get this and just play with it. See what works for you. And you know what? This might work for you. This might be it. And it fits in your gig bag and you just use this. If, however, you decide that you need a specific setting on your chorus and you want to make a pedal board and add other pedals to it, you could still either add this to the pedal board, or put this in your gig bag, use it as a backup. Now, I actually do this with my electric guitar. I have another brand of pedal by Tech 21. It's called a Fly Rig. It always lives in my guitar case because it's so small and light. Now, I hope I never have to use it because it doesn't sound anywhere near as good as my Quad Cortex. To be fair, it does sound good on the cleans, but not so much on the drive, and it's not very versatile. But the point is, I've done a gig with it. It's got me through a gig before when I've had an issue with the rain and gear failing. It's got me through a gig. So this could be that for you. This could be the affordable pedal that lives in your bag at all times that you use in an emergency. The only thing it doesn't have really is a tuner, but most tuners don't really satisfy me anyway. I would much rather have a Peterson clip-on headstock tuner or a dedicated tuner pedal on the floor plugged into the SONICAKE myself. So with a clip-on tuner and the SONICAKE pedal, you can have a lot of options and be very versatile. Like I said, it might end up being your main rig, or it might end up being a backup, or it might end up just being a stepping stone to a rig. But it's undeniable here that what you pay for this thing is pretty amazing with the sounds I got today, in my opinion. Let me know what you think in the comments below. If you've tried this, let me know what you think in the comments below about it. But it's cool. And I just want to say thank you. I do this all the time. But thank you to SONICAKE for making a pedal for acoustic guitarists, because not many companies make acoustic guitar focused pedals, and I really appreciate it. There's a ton of electric stuff out there, and I like that too. I play electric too, but there's not many pedals that are dedicated acoustic units, and this is one of them, and it's a good one. So if you're new here, please subscribe and ring the bell. I do a lot of videos like this on acoustic guitar gear and pickups. I also do some electric as well and general music stuff on my live streams and my videos. So subscribe and ring the bell and you'll be notified of when I post a new video. But thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed this. Check out the links below. And thank you to SONICAKE for providing this for review today. I've enjoyed it and I'm very impressed and look forward to seeing more products from you. Take care and be well. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye. Hang on. Before you go, we do have a giveaway. So SONICAKE offered to send this to me to review on the channel, but also they're going to give one of these away to one of my subscribers. So the full rules of this giveaway will be in the comments below, but what you have to do is comment below with what is your favorite effect type for acoustic guitar. So it might be reverb like me. It might be chorus, which is not me. It might be distortion. Hey, I've reviewed distortion pedals for acoustic on here before. It might be, wow, I don't know, looper, whatever your favorite effect is for acoustic guitar, please put it in the comments below if you want to enter the giveaway. In 7 days from now, see the date on the screen, I will announce the winner down below in the description comments as well. The way I pick a winner is I will do a random comment generator and Google will pick one of those comments. What you then have to do is then reply with your name, email, contact details to the email address provided, which will be sayhi@aaronshortmusic.com. I will forward that to SONICAKE. They'll send you a SONICAKE Sonic Wood, and they'll be taking care of all that from their end. The only thing is you have to live in the USA, Canada, England, or Europe to be eligible to win. You don't have to subscribe, but again, if you enjoyed today's video, please do subscribe because I'll really appreciate it. Subscribe and ring the bell, and that might also remind you to check next week to see who the winner was. So it's not a bad idea to do that if you want to. Thank you to SONICAKE for offering to give one of these away. I really hope the winner appreciates and enjoys it, and I look forward to seeing more from them in the future, and you as well. So until next time, take care and be well. I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.